going to win the world, team.
Edwards. Oh, Edwards! They are advancing to the Western Conference Finals for the first time in 20 years.
Oh, it's on, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah, baby.
Welcome to Wolves After Dark. Almost forgot the microphone, but we're here. Timberwolves win 138-116 against Nickeil Alexander-Walker and the Atlanta Hawks. Forgot what team he played for. If you're new here, like the stream, subscribe to the stream. I'm still on the tail end of being sick, so you're gonna have to deal with me. I think my voice will make it, but you might hear my voice is a little different due to my nose being congested. But welcome to the stream. Brought to you by 4th Generation Flooring. We've got some changes to the tier list today. I'm going to need your help with some things in the tier list today. And if we get to 50 likes, as always, we're going to do a giveaway. So make sure you like the stream. And let's just dive right in. So we missed the last game. Last game was one of the worst games we've witnessed, especially of this version of the team, like the Ant, Julius, Dante, Rudy kind of era, I guess. That was a really disgusting game where effort was not really there and shot making was not there. And on the other side, the Clippers, like Kawhi, was just on fire. But tonight, obviously, much better. I still would not call this like a perfectly fantastic, amazing game. I feel like if they had, I mean, one, they didn't have, who were they missing? They were missing Jalen and who? I can't remember who else. Oh, Daniels, that's right. They were missing Jalen Johnson and Dyson Daniels. And those are like big players for them. I mean, Jalen averages like a triple-double. And they came back late in this game to the point where it was like they could have won this game. Yes, this is a good response. 138 points on any team, regardless of who's missing, is a good game. Randall getting a triple-double. We have a bunch of players. We have so many players in double digits. That's amazing. Io played great. I mean, really, we have so many good performances tonight. But, on the scale, one thing I'm hoping to introduce at some point is like a scale of like just the game in general. We don't have to put it on the tier list, but like some kind of a gauge there. And like if we were doing on a scale of 1 to 10, like 10 being like the greatest game of all time, game 7 against the Nuggets a couple years ago. And like game 1 being like, well, there's a lot of game 1 point games. Excuse me. But no, this was like a really good game. This was like 7.5, 8, somewhere in that range. This is a very, very fun game. And that's a pretty tough schedule or tough grading curve, I'll say. Kron with the 5 gifted. I appreciate it. Or what did I do in the tier? What was it? There. We got the little heart. But seriously, I appreciate the 5 gifted. I appreciate all of you who've liked the stream already. This is incredible. We're already up to 80,000 likes on the stream, and we only have 2 of you in here. No, I'm just kidding. We've got a lot of you, actually. Let me get the chat up here. And let's get into the chat. Shout out from the game. Also, Alex, first in the chat again. Appreciate you. I'm just here so I don't get fined. Last time you said this, it was a very bad game. Tonight, we're much better. Yes, then we had the NAW fight, which I hated that. I understand why he was standing up for himself there, but I don't want to. We were up by 20. We don't need to be given. Why are we giving Atlanta any reason to fight back in this game? I love you, NAW, and I love that fire. I'll take that. If that means giving teams an opportunity to get a jolt every once in a while, that's okay. I want this amount of fire. From everybody on the team, honestly. I wish everybody played with that amount of fire. But yes. By the way, first to like, oh gosh, how about it? I love that. And you've been coming back over and over. I appreciate you. They played team basketball and played defense. There was for the most of the part, there was defense. There were some the first quarter was like 41-38. Or what was it? 41-34? Okay, I'm too much. But then after that, it was Pretty good. We did give up 31 again in the third, but overall, you're right. You are correct. And NAW, the return game, Emmy, we miss him dearly. I really do. Seeing the interviews of him before the game, he was saying something along the lines of like, my daughter was born here, or is it daughter or son? I think it's his daughter was born here. And his rebirth of his career was here, so it's pretty cool. It's awesome to hear him talk. I miss hearing him talk. And he had a decent game. I mean, well, he had an okay game. It wasn't really that great of a game. He almost falled out, but yeah. Welcome back. Yes. Crowd was lit. Nas fight got the whole stadium up. That's good. And that's the thing I do like. I just wish that it wasn't like I want to have that happen when we're like maybe struggling a little bit and get everybody into it. Because that's what it feels like it is, but I don't know. Yes, we did, Butterfly. We definitely needed that win. Let me catch up here. Whoa, Love Fadina super chat. What is going on? Another Rudy. That is true. And the crowd, oh my gosh, guys, I laughed so hard. I have to go back and watch just that moment because they had that weird, I don't know. A lot of people were watching the Hawks stream tonight in the Discord for some reason. Shout out to Discord, link in the bio. But the shot they had on FanDuel Sports North or whatever, League Pass for the Timberwolves, was like behind Rudy. And I couldn't tell how bad of an air ball it was. But the crowd, and it was probably the crowd plus the Hawks bench, but it was pretty loud. A lot of oohs and ahs in the not good way. Ryan Robinson with the laptop fund. 4th generation flooring exclusively is used by profoundly caring, sensitive partners. 4th generation flooring defeated Kaiser in World War One, but doesn't boast about it. Laptop fund. Wow, this is like the most elaborate super chat we've ever had. Dominant W. By the way, I appreciate it, Ryan. I appreciate it. Love Fadina. You guys are awesome. Dominant W. Let's go. What's up, dorks? I like that. We should be calling ourselves the WAD. No, WAD Squad is still pretty good. We got to incorporate dorks somehow. But please talk about Jaden's dunks for 10 minutes. We could make a whole show about him. I actually thought about this a lot tonight because we're going to get to him in the tier list here. In the brand new tier list. It's not really that different, but there is different things here, okay? I'm not hyping up nothing. Yeah, the dunks that he has are so impressive, and they are they're fun. We are lacking Anthony Edwards dunks this season. I know we just had one last game, but he really just isn't dunking as much anymore. And 50%. Okay, so 50%, it's him choosing not to dunk and going for layups or trying to get contact or something like that. And then the other 50% is that he is just getting bracketed to the point where he can't, it's just, he's never getting a straight line drive to the rim. And like the times that he does have like an open fast break dunk, that's not the dunks that we're talking about with Ant. I don't want a fast break dunk. I want like a poster. Which do happen less also. So that's another little percentage of that. But no, these Jaden dunks are awesome. And it kind of makes me, my bias towards Anthony Edwards, which I know some of you don't think I have, but my bias towards Anthony Edwards is like, man, if Ant did some of these dunks that Jaden was doing tonight, am I calling this like an A1 game? Like, I don't think this was an A1 game from anybody tonight, but we'll get to that again in the tier list. But like if Ant did that, I think I'm probably like, maybe, I don't know, maybe a 20-point blowout win against the Hawks is probably not that important, but I don't know. Happy Monday. Hello, guys. Hello, Daniel Berry Sports. CJ had 38 and was cooking when he played him in DC. Yeah, that's true. That was really annoying. I was really expecting NAW to be the one cooking us today, and it was not NAW. So I better get 30 minutes every game. Pay the man now. Okay, so we're jumping topic to topic very quickly here, but I do want to just get to the tier list because we're talking about specific players. But Dante, buddy, I understand that the season is a game of runs, You're going to have 5 great games. You're going to have 5 bad games. You could have 10 great games. You could have 10 bad games. You could have 2 good games and 20 bad games. Okay. I understand. But if Io DeSumo is going to play like this, Dante, get ready to learn sixth man. Like it's happening. I still like him. I still do like Io coming off the bench though. I am okay with the way that the roster is currently balanced because I do think it makes some sense. We've obviously have so much cohesion between like Edwards and well, it's the whole starting five. I mean, our starting five is like the most played starting five of any team or something like that this year. It's something weird. Of course, some of that's due to injury, but on other teams. But you know, we have very continuity is the big word this year. But for real, it's been good. Yeah, we are talking about posters. Devo getting benched. Sorry, it's hard to defend that right now. I did just a couple games ago because I was like, it's just not going to happen. And I do think that it would be a big problem. I really do. I think Dante. I know I just brought it up the other day, but he has had problems with this in the past when he first got here and he wasn't a starter. He was not happy about that. He wasn't like thrilled to be like this awesome option offensively off the bench. He was like, I deserve to start over Mike. And now, of course, that eventually happened. And of course, Mike's not even technically with the team anymore. But you know, like it's just, I don't think he is going to give up that starter spot. He is not the same person as a Mike Conley or even a Naz Reid. I mean, that's the thing that drives me crazy. Sorry, I got a hair in my eye. Naz Reid has been a sixth man forever. Okay. What is going on here? There we go. Nas has been a sixth man forever, and he should legitimately on like at least half of the teams in the NBA be a starter. He could be a starter on our team. You know, like it's possible. Like, of course, Randall does have skills. Like Randall has the ability, like tonight, to get a triple double. Nas, I'm not saying Nas couldn't because he's gotten a lot better rebounding this year. But he's just not the same playmaker dishing it out to other people. He's like a scorer. But Nas should be a starter, and Nas is very comfortably and very. He has taken a bench role. He has really like assumed that sixth man role and won six man awards for it. Dante, I just don't know that Dante's that much of a team player, to be honest with you. I love my Dante DiVincenzo, and I love having a Dante DiVincenzo on this team. Low key, I'd kind of rather have him on the bench. But I don't think Dante's comfortable with that. Britt Robson said it in one of those Dane Moore podcasts just a couple days ago, where he's like, he dismissed the question and like walked away from Britt when it happened. It was like bad because he knows that if he brings it up, it'll become more open to possibility. If he's that opposed to it, like he's not even taking questions and he's just walking away from people, that's crazy. So he was pretty comfortable. I was comfortable with a lot of people out there though. But yeah, Bones and Io seem to have a little chemistry. Yeah, there was a lot of chemistry. I mean, Io ended with 21 points and 3 assists. Like pretty crazy. Io just brings pace. Yeah, he's so fast. And it's kind of interesting because it's like it reminds me, I mean, this is not the right player comp necessarily. But it like remember Shabazz Muhammad, he was just like full like pedal to the metal all the time, but he was like crashing into people. Like I don't really see Io, and I don't know from Chicago days because I haven't really watched him that much other than just a little bit of tape over the last week now. But like, is he somebody that commits a lot of offensive fouls? Because it doesn't really feel like it. But yeah, I don't know. Your starter spot is up for grabs. I just got here, but oh, sorry, I can't read. But does this coach not play players when you're up 20? Okay, so are you talking about you're talking about like the bench and like third stringers? I don't know. I really don't understand tonight. I mean, we were kind of the thing that does happen with this team, unfortunately, that I will give to Finch's credit. We need to talk about Finch too tonight at some point, but I will give Finch some credit in the regard that it's like we really are like we give up our comfortable leads just enough always in the fourth quarter to make it like, okay, this is a little scary because they brought it down to like a 14-point game or something like that with still like, I think it was like 5 or 6 minutes left. And like, if you're giving up that many points, like that's not a time to put in your rookies or like your deep bench players. But we probably should have with like 2 minutes to go. Like we were up by 20. But then Julius had to get his triple double, and like, it's just weird politics, which apparently is like the biggest thing for our locker room. Well, he's probably going to re-sign with us. It seems like it. All the podcasts, all the NBA writers are just like declaring that he is going to re-sign with us. I'm not really sure why that's the case. But I'll take that right now. I mean, I'm very down for that right now. Creative, insightful. Dante with 3 cross-court fast fails. Yeah. Dante sucks. Start Io. Yeah, like I said, it's a game of runs. It's a season of runs. I'm not going to get too down on Dante because he really, before the last 3 games or so, he was playing pretty well for us and making a lot of shots. And now it's just totally off. I don't know that him playing badly has necessarily meant the reason that we're losing, but it certainly hasn't helped. So if Dante was comfortable going to the bench, I like the idea of starting like Io, Ant, Jaden. My God, just those 3 is exciting. And then, Randall and Rudy. Like that's like a fun starting 5. It's interesting. But we honestly, Io jersey here, I will say, I actually don't know if this is possible. If it's possible to customize a jersey, if we get 100 likes on this stream, we will find a way to get somebody an Io DeSumo jersey from the Timberwolves. We will see. But we need 100 likes. And this is the other thing. I like this point too. Dravion, Hemingway. Let Dante start, but finish the games with Io. I do think myself mainly, but some others too, get way too caught up in who actually start. Dante too. They care about who starts and who doesn't. I understand Dante because he's thinking financially, but in regards to like, us just analyzing the game, like it doesn't really matter who starts. It really does matter who ends the game, who ends quarters, all that kind of stuff, because that's what matters. Who ends halves? Those are the important things. Who starts the first 4 minutes? I mean, you want pace and you want to score quickly, and the thing that the Timberwolves are terrible at is taking the soul away from the team. This sounds elementary, but what I really wish the Timberwolves would focus on is there's really, we should calculate it here together. There's really just not that much time that you need to win in the game to guarantee yourself a win in the game. Because really you just need to win like the first 4-ish minutes, getting close to that first mandatory timeout after the 7-minute mark. If you win those first 3, 4, 5 minutes of the game, you can't really control your shooting that well in the early, but play great defense, then lock in defensively then. That's a huge one. And then finishing halves is like the next, I mean, maybe not the next most important thing, but a very important thing. Finishing the end of the first half, obviously finishing the game if it's a close game, and keeping the team away from coming back from 20 points down. But it's just like, if you just win like the last 2 minutes of every quarter and then like the first 3 or 4 minutes of the game, I feel like you win every game. I'm not saying you can't give leads up, and maybe you do give leads up, but I just think that if you are capable of doing that, you're getting if those are your focuses, you're going to win a lot of games. And I wish the Timberwolves would focus on that. At times I've thought that, but at times I don't know. It seems like it's kind of crazy. The chemistry with Io is shockingly quick. Yeah, I mean, he's only played for 2 or 3 games. It's crazy. We're talking so much about it. We should get to some tier lists, get to some individual players. And as always, the tier list is brought to you by 4th Generation Flooring. And if you haven't heard about them, now you have. This episode of Wolves After Dark and this tier list are brought to you by 4th Generation Flooring, a local family-run business and a Wolves After Dark member with 4 generations of experience in carpet and vinyl flooring, 1 skilled crew, careful furniture moving, and competitive pricing on quality stocked products, plus access to a huge special order showroom.
fourth generation flooring quality work done right.
Boom. New tier list. Thank you, fourth generation flooring. Look at all of this. So we have new tiers, we have new sections, we have new everything. And by new everything, I mean I just took Cash and Clark County Jail out of the tier list and added different tiers. Now, where I might need your help here, okay, is A1 is the same. All the things that were there before are pretty much the same. I have to shout out Eric, our OG, one of our OGs in chat and Discord and everything. He came up with just not enough, bud, and I loved it. I was so in love with it. I was like, we're immediately putting it in the tier list. Fine, expected. You can kind of see here. Now, you might ask yourself, if you're new here, why don't you just do what's on the right-hand side? Why don't you just say unforgettable, incredible, great, above expectations, expected? Because we're trying to have some fun here, okay? We're trying to have fun. We just lost to the Clippers by 80,000 points yesterday. Let us live a little. Anyways, tier list. My dad says once your carpet's done, everything will be better. I couldn't agree more. W Bowtie Blizzy, W fourth generation flooring. First 5 minutes are so important. Exactly. And the Timberwolves seem to rarely take them seriously unless they're just hitting on their shots. And then they're like, okay, sure. Anyways, let's go. Does fourth generation flooring serve Western Wisconsin? Bowtie Blizzy will answer you in the chat. Tier time. And also, we have our new players. Now, you can't see them because this stupid lock sign. I'm going to get rid of this lock sign, by the way. I realized what it was. I thought I couldn't get rid of it. I can, but just not right now. Okay, let's get the stats up. Guys, as I mentioned, there's a ton of stats tonight. And if we get to 50 likes, we're doing a giveaway. We'll do a hoodie giveaway. Even though we won, even though we're getting pretty close, if we get to 50 likes, we'll do a hoodie giveaway. Hoodie of your choice. Okay. And I'm actually going to put some new hoodies out there for some summer hoodies, some kind of like pastel hoodies. Maybe I put some pastel shirts on there. I got to get my own, but anyways, too much advertising for my own merch. Tier list time. Jalen Clark played 5 minutes. I was going to say though, the thing that I want help with is 52 wins. I'm okay with 52 wins being a tier because it's kind of our inside joke anyways. But if you think of something else, if you come up with something clever for 52 wins, which is a great game, not HSD, but not as bad as nice, let me know. I am down to put something there. Jalen Clark, 5 minutes, 3 points. He was fine. I didn't even notice him out there really. He was meh. I have nothing to comment. There's nothing else there. Who's up next? Let's do NAW next, I guess. It's kind of a weird one, but we'll do NAW. Oh, he's the one hiding here. Whoa. I didn't want to do that. No. Kind of screws everything up. There we go. Okay. Yikes. This is annoying. Bang. There we go. Okay, Naz Reid. He had 7 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. Again, he's just going crazy with those numbers this year. 3 of 8, wasn't really on from 3. It was 0 of 5 from 3. Did get ejected. Shout out Naz for giving us some fire when we were up 20, but also chancing it with the Hawks. I think I'm gonna go fine because I didn't hate the fighting, but it was okay. Nice with intensity, maybe. Nas wasn't great actually. Yeah, I do feel like he was not good tonight, but the fight, it's like a complicated thing because I both am for it and I'm not for it at the same time. I'm like 65% for it, 35% against in this exact situation. Fights in general, I mean, I'm not condoning violence here, but I want Naz Reid winning a lot of fights. So I'm okay with the fights. But this particular one was like a little less. 52 wins. Oh my gosh. Fine. Fine is fine. I think fine is fine. We're gonna stay at a fine. Dante DiVincenzo. He had 10 points in 26 minutes, 6 assists and 4 rebounds, 2 steals. Guess how many shots he made? I'll give you one guess. It was 4. 4 shots on 10 attempts, 2 of 8 from 3. He had 2 turnovers. Kind of also fine. He's not playing a ton. I could maybe go in between fine and meh. His stats are better than I was expecting, though. 6 assists, 4 rebounds, and 10 points in only 26 minutes. Maybe I was sleeping on Dante today, but I don't know. I feel like he kind of went unnoticed, which is kind of why I'm talking about meh. But Dante almost almost snatched here. Super meh. I don't hate super meh. Fine. Fine, nice. I think honestly, I'm willing to go up to fine just because this is purely just stat driven because his stats were a little bit better than I thought they were going to be, honestly. But he was kind of unnoticed to me. I guess he did make a couple shots early, but he just played no role. I felt like late in the game. It was all Io, but I could just be biased because I'm just so excited to see Io play. We're just going to stick with fine though. I don't really have strong feelings on him. Bones Highland played 15 minutes, had 13 points, 5 assists. He was 5 of 7. He was the only player that was a negative player in the plus minus tonight. He was -2. But I didn't really feel -2 with him out there. I felt like he played okay. Godfrey, that is a good point. 10 points on 10 shots is actually kind of crazy. I'm just so used to seeing him take 10 shots that I'm like not even taking that into consideration. No, but Bones, I don't think the plus minus is indicative of how I feel about his game today. I felt like he played really well. And here's the thing. If you get this level of Bones Highland, plus you have Io DeSumo now, and you have Naz Reid on the bench, I mean, that's a good combo for your bench. If you're going to get that kind of production, I know Naz didn't go off today, but like in general, we know Naz can go off. So like Naz, Bones, Io on your bench. I mean, you got 8 deep then. You got 8 deep and you're comfortably there. They were talking about it on the broadcast where they're like, Io kind of brings in that 7th man for you where you feel good going into the playoffs. I think that was on the broadcast, or maybe I was watching a podcast. I don't even remember. No, maybe that was Dane Moore. Oh gosh, I'm turning into a Dane Moore. We're just gonna start reacting to Dane Moore podcasts. You guys okay with that? No, but like having 7 is good. And honestly, if Bones can be this, like, I don't know. Feels really good. I'd probably go, is he gonna be our first? You think Cash? I mean, Cash could be there because he did shoot well. I wasn't going to go Cash, though. I was actually, that's the thing. This is the hard part about this. Cash and Clark County Jail aren't in the tier list anymore. They are very good honors, but it's kind of separate from the tier list because, somebody can have a really good shooting night and it's not necessarily mean that they have like a fantastic night, but like they shot really well. Are we putting him in Cash or are we going to put him in nice? Because he was so he had 13 points. Yeah, 13 points. This is probably nice. If I'm being honest. 5 of 7 is almost Cash worthy. I just don't know that I felt like he was a flamethrower, It wasn't like, wow, he's just knocking down everything. He almost did. But I don't know. We have a fast break now, and Bones is a big part of that. And Io. Bones and Io. The speed that they both bring to the fast breaks, it's going to make it easy when they're playing together too. I mean, it's going to make it easier for each other. I don't know. This Io move, this is why I always preferred this type of move over a Giannis move. Because if you're making a Giannis move midway through the season, you're recalibrating your entire team. Also, Giannis is still injured. So you're basically saying, hey, you know what? The rest of the season doesn't really matter. It's similar to in some weird kind of backdoor way to the Luka trade last year, where it was like, well, the Lakers aren't at all built to be a Luka team right now. They're built to be like a LeBron team. Um, so they don't have the same like lob threats and the same everything that Luka plays with. So they obviously they could be good, and they were good. They made it to the playoffs. We eliminated them, Wolves in 5. But that's what a Giannis trade would have been. It would have been like, hey, you're just gonna put the two top talents together and just see if they can maybe take you there. But the cost of acquiring Io DeSumo does not mean that this offseason you couldn't go out and get a Giannis level or attempt to get a Giannis level player. And it was just so cheap. You're giving up Rob Dillingham, who might be something in a couple years, who apparently led the Bulls in rebounds tonight. Like what? Leonard Miller, who hasn't really been much for you. I mean, of course, we all love Lenny, but he wasn't doing much for us. And then 4 second-round picks that could be nothing for you. Probably would be nothing, and probably will be nothing for them. So the cost of getting somebody, and all we needed was just one more bench player that we could rely on, because it wasn't Clark. Johnny Juzang wasn't playing. I mean, he had a great game the other day, but like that was it. And apparently signing Joe Ingles was never meant to be anything. So, we just had nothing beyond Nas. And then if Nas isn't playing well, it's just kind of over. So anyways, long-winded way of saying, I love you, Bones. So, and I love you, Io. All right. Next up, Mike Conley is not with the team. We're waiting for you. I also took Old off because I figured we'll put Old over here or something, or someplace else. I don't really know. But for now, he's nothing. Okay. Who are we on? Let's go to Io DeSumo. I think he's the last bench player that we have that played today. Io DeSumo, get your grades in for Io DeSumo. Kalshi not wanted, guys. I told you this the other day, and just full transparency. I do think that Kalshi partnering with players is ridiculously sus. Like, I don't think that they should be a betting I mean, they're prediction markets, but like people that are able to, I'm for sports betting. I think, if you do it in moderation and know what you can do, that's fine. It's like a fun way to watch certain games. I have the referral link in the bio, transparency. But that is super sus. I really don't like that. But yeah. Io DeSumo. All right. He had 21 points in 30 minutes tonight. He had 3 assists, a steal, and a block. He was 9 of 13, 2 of 4 from 3. Was picking up some ticky-tack fouls, but I'm going to forget that. I'm going to Men in Black, it's gone. He had 0 fouls tonight. But 21 points, he felt amazing out there. He was only a +7, felt like +50. I mean, when he was out there, just seeing that type of a player, seeing him be that fast and taking advantage of like slow defenses, I don't think a lot of people realize it's not just that he's getting us 2 points. It's that he's tiring out the defense and it happens to us all the time where teams are like, just play fast against them, make them tired. He's doing that, and he's doing it from the bench. I don't know. It's a really exciting, Bones may or may not be able to be consistent. If he's able to be consistent like this and get us 10 to 15 points off the bench, well, then like we're going to the finals. I know I say this all the time, but like for real, if like Bones is playing that well all the time and your other players are also doing everything, you're doing well. But even if it's just Nas and Io coming off the bench and they're doing similar like things like Io was doing tonight or Nas was doing a couple games ago, that's an exciting future and an exciting just roster to have. Also, all the Chicago fans were very upset that Io was gone, and I'm understanding very quickly why they were upset. So feels good. I don't know where to put him. You guys have a bunch of grades. Let's see. Cash, Io HSD. I don't know what 52 wins means. If you look in the right here, great game. It's brand new. 52 wins. Oh, you don't know what the inside joke is, maybe? The inside joke is just that we've kind of, a couple of years ago, before we were good, like 5, 6, 7 years ago, we were like making a joke about like, oh, maybe we get to 52 wins this year. And we kind of just like made it our goal to be 52 wins. And then now we've hit that a couple times. So that's pretty fun. 52 wins, that or cash. Cash easy. Io is going to get the easiest buckets ever with this team. The way he runs so fast. Yeah, it's crazy. Fast and controlled. And his 3-point shot, his defense was really nice tonight. You know, it was interesting to have him play on the team tonight when Nickeil Alexander-Walker is making his first revenge game tour or whatever, coming back to Target Center. And it's like, oh man, Io does a lot. He's not the same because Nickeil was not nearly as controlled and fast in like the fast break, but like seeing this defense, seeing the like 3-and-D and just not even 3-and-D, offense and defense, having both of those is super massive. So I don't know. Feels good. HSD 52 wins. Gambling is evil. Cash or HSD. I don't know. IO fan club for sure. I mean, he's like very quickly, I'm like, he's my new favorite player to watch. Also, we're about to get TJ back. Well, not about to, but after the All-Star break, we might get TJ back. I know he hasn't played well this year, but imagine that lineup. You have like Bones and Io and TJ out there. That's like team speed. That's gonna be pretty crazy. Yeah, I don't know. He played really good. Chicago fans are definitely pissed for sure. 52 wins, HSD or cash. I don't know. They all sound good to me. Let's put him someplace. I think we're gonna give him. Oh, I don't know. I think we're gonna give him the honorary first 52 wins tab. You know, almost want to go HSD, but I do think that. I mean, it's like close. I don't know. There wasn't like a ton. We don't need the like crazy memorable moments for HSD, but it was a very, very good game. So I'm all for it. Give me more Io. He gets the first 52 wins tear in Wolves After Dark history. Hashtag you were here. Next up, the starters. Let's get to them. Or the remaining starters. I already did Dante. I always lump Dante in with the bench. Rudy Gobert. Let's get him done with first. He had 18 points, 6 rebounds. He was 7 of 7, 4 of 9 from the free throw. Airballed another free throw terribly. 4 fouls. Also did not love some of the fouls he was picking up. 2 turnovers. I think we could probably go with like fine to nice somewhere. I think I'm kind of like halfway in between. Depending on what you guys, win bumps up for HSD, you're saying maybe. Hard to rank IO because we don't know what the expectation is. Yeah, that's true. I think that's also true. If we're basing on expectations, I have no idea. He could be the MVP in the finals for us. He could also end up being Jarrett Culver. No, he's not. He's not going to be Jarrett Culver. I'm just kidding. Rudy was okay. I mean, he was 7 of 7. Like, that's pretty amazing. He's getting some dunks. His hands still kind of work. Only 6 rebounds is like a little alarming, but there was a lot of buckets being made on both sides tonight. What did the team shoot tonight? We shot. This is crazy. We shot 60%. They only shot 40%. So there actually were rebound opportunities. I don't know. I don't know that I'm caring so much about that though, because Randall just gobbled them all up. Is it meh? I mean, I don't know that it's meh, because meh is kind of like unnoticed. Well, he was kind of unnoticed. It's like, I don't know. I think it's more fine. Fine is expected. I feel like this is somewhat what I expect. Maybe just a little bit lower. So I don't really have a huge problem with putting him in fine. The airball really, you know what? We're going to do the old trick here, okay? The airballed free throw makes him dip his toes into meh, okay? That's what he does. Short Rudy. I don't know why I made him short, but his toes are dipping into meh. But that missed free throw was, I don't, especially on your second free throw. The whole thing with free throws is if you miss the first, you kind of have an understanding, and then you can adjust for the second. How do you miss so badly and so differently on a second free throw? It's just like crazy. Also, pump faked a three today. He almost pump faked a three. Or no, he did pump fake a three. I thought he was going to take it. Godfrey, someone should call Rudy out and tell him to shoot free throws underhand. Well, somebody could call Rudy out because he just called Ant and Julius out in the last post game. So, and everybody thought it was Finch, including Finch, who then got kind of weirdly heated at a post game or like the interview or whatever. It was a very strange situation. But yeah, now Julius should, after the game, like make a post game comment and be like, yeah, if you don't if you don't make your free throws, maybe the coach should just sub you out. That's the inside drama and spite we need on this team. But yeah, no. I think fine is fine. I think fine is fine. Next up, let's do Jaden McDaniels. Jaden McDunkiels, what something. 18 points in 34 minutes, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. He had 4 blocks and 1 steal. He was 7 of 11. Very convenient. 7 of 11. 2 of 3 from 3 and 10 of 10 on dunks. No, he was, I don't know. He dunked a bunch of times though. It was 2 or 3 times. All with intensity, like very, very intensity. It is not A1. It is not A1, but there were so many. We couldn't count them. HSD. Damn, I thought we left drama and traded to get drama. Cash, HSD, Jaden 52. I'll be okay with HSD. Clark County Jail, low key, but I think the offense is there too. My man. Yeah, you're doing the free throw strat that people are doing in high school now. Sorry, I just coughed into the microphone. Yeah, I mean, this is like a pretty amazing game, honestly. I don't know where to put him. Like, do we leave HSD for like more rarefied games? I mean, the dunks count a lot in my personal opinion, and I'm the one with the mouse, so I can kind of do whatever I want. But for real, the dunks do mean something to me. I think it's important to have, like we were saying against, who was it? I don't remember the team that it was. Memphis. They had like loud plays. And I believe that loud plays lead to big victories or big comebacks. And that's why it's frustrating that Ant hasn't been dunking. As we mentioned earlier, I think it's 50% that he's just getting schemed out of being able to posterize people. And 50% that he's just going for contact and layups and a for sure thing, because a lot of his poster attempts he doesn't make. And he gets fouled and doesn't get anything for them. So I think I might go HSD. I'm like, here's my real thought process is that I am in between HSD and 52 wins. But as I've always said, if I'm in between, truly like right in between, if we win, I go up. If we lose, we go down. So I think I'm going up to HSD. I love these dunks. I want to see these dunks. And this was a great game offensively, defensively, everything. So this was the all-around package. Very, very good game from Jaden. An incredible game from Jaden. Next up, let's do Ant next, actually. We're going to save Julius for last. Not Julius Edwards. Anthony Edwards, 30 points in 38 minutes. He had 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 11 of 21. Very efficient, decent, or very efficient. Very efficient. Only 4 of 11 from 3. I mean, that's not like terrible from 3. His threes have been, it's funny to me because I love his threes. So like, I don't ever view him as like missing them. I only remember the makes. But I feel like he has not been shooting super well from 3 recently. Did have 4 turnovers, had 3 fouls. But this was a good game. This is a really, really good game from Ant, of course. First quarter, what do you have in the first quarter? I mean, he set the tone. What was I just complaining about? The Timberwolves not setting the tone early in games. He had 13 points in the first 10 minutes of the game. Also subbed out, weirdly. Didn't play the first full quarter. I don't really understand what that was. I don't know if that was like a Finch decision or if Ant felt like he tweaked something or what the deal was. But whatever, we won. So, and he scored 36 and 6. So I'm not complaining. Just interesting to note. He was a plus 22. I mean, obviously, just a really good game. I think I agree with everybody in the chat here. I think it's 52 wins. I think it's pretty solidly a 52 wins game for him. This is a great game. Great game for him. Should have been a great game, and it was a great game. So fantastic. I was a little worried for a while after that first quarter. He cooled off significantly. And he was kind of stuck on like 20 or 22 or something like that for a while. But he came through. 30 points. Can't ask for much more. 36 and 6 is pretty crazy, especially on a night where another one of your teammates got a triple double. And the Timberwolves had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players in double figures tonight. Woo. Okay. Last and not least, Julius Randle. Get your grades in for Julius. He had 18 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists, triple double. He had 2 steals and a block. He was 8 of 14, 2 of 5 from 3. Did have 4 turnovers, did have 3 fouls, just the same as Ant. Tied for a team high plus 25. He was doing a little bit of everything. I don't want to be a Julius hater. Okay. I really don't want to be a Julius hater. I don't want to be a Chris Finch hater. I don't want to be an anybody hater. Okay. It's not my goal to be a hater. I don't have agendas here, you know. This was a good game from him, no doubt, and I'm not giving him a low grade. Okay, he's gonna get a fine, or not literally fine. He's going to get a decent grade here. But I will say 2 things. The same thought, just with different branching different thoughts. I guess he came out loose tonight, and I felt like almost like worry free, carefree, just kind of like, hey, I'm gonna go 100%. Offensively and just see what happens. If my shots go in, awesome. You know, I'm going to try to do that. Which worked for him tonight. Obviously he shot well, he passed well, and he rebounded a ton. All very good things. But I do feel like there was also kind of like a hecticness to the game when he was more so the first half. But there was a little bit of a hecticness. Which is kind of the case with him always. You know, we're always going to have turnovers with him. I get it. He's like our pseudo point guard at times. Same with Ant. I understand we're going to get turnovers, but it just, I don't know. This is a game where it felt like he wasn't sped up. It was that he was choosing to go fast. And I think that's just the thing. I think Finch has drilled it into these players that you need to be going faster, faster, faster. To try to get our pace up, because we're such a half court slow team, and he's wanting, because what happened to us versus OKC in the playoffs is that we just get sped up. Same with even Dallas 2 years ago or whatever. That was a little different, but they were able to play faster than us at times, and that really that messed us up. But more so OKC, they could speed us up, get Julius super uncomfortable. So Julius is that player that I think struggles with speeding up the most. But tonight felt like a little bit more of like a fluid, a little loosey-goosey, but overall very, I mean, he had a triple-double. You know, I'm not trying to go crazy on him. So can't go below HSD simply because of the triple-double. 52 wins, Jew. We want this every game. Julius hate incoming from me. He was nice. See, I'm not even that crazy. Julius is a horse-sized duck. Yeah, people aren't even going to know. New people aren't even going to know what HSD means. I have to put it down someplace. 52. I don't know. Triple double is something. I don't know. Am I gonna be a hater and put him in 52 wins? I don't know. Yeah, Ant gets 52 for just showing up. He's him. Yeah, for real. That's true. I didn't see him smoke shot clock more than 3 times. Almost took, yeah. Okay, who was the one that, was he the one that scratched his neck? Oh my gosh, poor Jock Landell. That was crazy. He was, or I don't know. Yeah, I don't understand. I was so confused by that. I was like, wait, why is he? Because if you watch the replay, there's a point where he's standing. Jock Landale is standing up to the side, doing nothing. I don't know, just crazy. So, Julius was great tonight, though, and great is 52 wins. We're gonna do it, guys. I'm sorry. There's somebody. I just know that somebody's gonna be mad in the comments. So I will be muting my YouTube studio comments tonight. Okay, you guys can say any mean comments that you want. Whoa. I think Julius was just 52 wins. It was a triple double. It was a triple double. But like on the scale of like how good of a triple double, like I mean, grading a triple double is crazy, but I don't know. I just don't think it was like incredible, but it is obviously impressive. He obviously, I mean, and again, the thing I will say about Julius all the time is that he can just get us buckets at time that we need him. He got his like crab dribble where he can get his turnaround, fadeaway jump shot. He gets that shot all the time. He makes that shot at a high rate and keeps us in games when other players aren't scoring. It is critical to us. It is important. As Chris Finch says, he's the most important player on the team or something like that. But no, he's solid. He's solid. So his triple double was stat farmed. JK, I love you. Yeah, I mean, there was a little bit of that at the end because he had 7 rebounds, and then he like he stole his 8th rebound over somebody else. And then Chris Finch kept him in the game, so it's whatever. Mad because 52 wins is too high. Okay. He got all of Conley's stats. So he got 0 of Conley points, 3 of Conley's rebounds, and 2 of his assists. Well, there you go. There's the tier list. We didn't put anybody new in our new tiers over here. But that's a new tier list. We're going to have some new. I really am trying to come up with some new things too. I want to do the tier list. I want to do some other interactive stuff if we can. Sickness has just kind of been killing me over the last week. I'm sweating right now doing this stream. Fairly certain I'm fairly certain I have COVID because I've had like back pain like crazy, sore throat to start. I don't know. I feel okay now, but now I'm like just streaming is making me sweat profusely. It's crazy. So Nightbot getting spicy again. Yes. Can we rate Finch? Yeah, that's the thing. We have to figure out something for Finch. I don't know what it is, but look at that. We got to 52 likes, which means we're going to do a hoodie giveaway in the Discord. If you don't know what the Discord is, click right there. Now, apparently Discord's going to do some crazy verification stuff in the next couple weeks or months or something like that. I've seen anyways. I don't know this. Where you're going to have to like upload your ID to prove that you're not, maybe not upload your ID, but like upload a selfie or something like that. I don't know. Something weird. I'm still going to be on Discord. I'm not necessarily like a huge fan or not fan of that. I don't really know anything about it, but I know that a lot of people are not liking it. I will still be there regardless because it's just where our community is. It's a great place for us to talk. It's not like Twitch where we could have like the chat still going in the background or something like that. So Discord will still be there regardless. We could switch to Slack if everybody wants. I actually do like Slack. I use it for work. But yes, join the Discord. That is where the giveaway for the hoodie will be. Wow, we just jumped up to almost 60 likes. And like I said, if we get to 100 likes, we're doing an Io DeSumo jersey. I don't know how we're going to get one. We're going to figure it out. Maybe Io DeSumo, somebody's tagging you and sending you this clip. Come on the show. But mostly give us a jersey. I don't know. I'm not a very good salesman. But there's your tier list. Brought to you by 4th Generation Flooring. All right. Next game. Guys, we only have one more game before the All-Star break. We play on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central, and then we're done until the 20th, which is the next Friday. We get a lot of time off. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't think I'm going to do anything for the All-Star break because Ant doesn't care about the All-Star break. They just announced Curry, though, isn't going to play. So I fully expect that Ant is going to do the same. He even said as much as in an interview the other day. But Discord in the link in the bio. Also, you can click this, or not click, but scan the QR code right there. Signal isn't bad. Yeah, I thought, does Signal have channels though, or is it just because I have Signal downloaded from like a decade ago, when it was like, I don't know. There was a time in my life where I just started downloading whatever was like popular apps on the App Store. I just have them on my phone for some reason. Um, and then I was like, wait, I'm never going to use this. But then I looked at after all the weird Signal stuff came up in the news not that long ago, I was like, do I have Signal? And I do. So, who knows? Maybe I was messaging government people, but I wasn't. I don't even know if I have an account. Do you need an account? I don't know. Anyways, but if they have channels, would be weird though, because it does kind of expose your PN. I'm gonna pretend like I know what you're talking about. I don't want a PN. Where's Ashwin? Are you guys good? We broke up. He had to move out. Ugly, ugly breakup. Very ugly. But before he went, we made sure to do the W fingers. There's our fingers. No, Ashwin's just busy. Ashwin's very busy working on a game. I actually have it right here. I don't know if he wants me showing it, but I'm going to anyways. That way we can have the ugly breakup, okay? Really, we should put a link in the Discord someplace, but Ashwin has designed a game, okay? We've got another game of Ashwin's in our game closet here. But Ashwin has made this game. It is coming out soonish, but you're going to have to find it on Kickstarter. You're going to see some ads on Facebook. I've been seeing ads on Facebook. But no, me and Ashwin are totally good. He's just so busy with that. I've been busy with work and being sick, of course, and doing this. So not a lot of talking. He's just so busy though. He did this last year for a little while where he's just flying all over the country. I don't even know where he is right now, to be honest with you. I want your PN. Oh, phone number. I thought it was like personal network or something like that. I'm not giving you my PN. Oh gosh. Yeah, Ashwin's camera just isn't working this all the time. It's funny. Talk about our new 6th man of the year. We did. And he is going to be great. We love him. Oh, all right. But yeah, so we got one more game. I will be available for Wednesday's game unless I get sick for a 3rd time in 3 weeks. I should be fully done. I took my Afrin before this so that I could speak without snot bubbles coming out all over the camera. So that's good. And then I will be missing a game here coming up in the next couple of weeks. I am going to be going to Portland to the game. So if anybody is going to the Portland game, let me know. I live in Seattle, so or close to Seattle, and I drive down for all the Portland games other than the first game this season because that was an awkward one. But I'm going to be there, and I'm hoping to get some good tickets. I've been saving up. I've actually won some money on Kalshi. Don't hate me. And don't hate me because it was betting against the Wolves. But it's going towards watching the Wolves. I'm really trying to get my dad and me some really good tickets. So if you're watching, Dad, I know we discussed the budget, but I've won enough betting against the Timberwolves. I actually did bet for the Timberwolves tonight that they'd win by 21.5, and they won by 22. But I've won enough to get us some even better tickets. So I think that's what I'm going to try to do. But if you're not watching this, Dad, well then I'll tell you in person. You live in Seattle too? Nice. Oh, Lacey. Yeah. I lived in Seattle. I've lived all over. I've lived in Fife. I've just lived like all over the South Sound. But I've lived in Seattle and now I live in Redmond. So yeah, give me a dozen voodoo donuts. Yeah, I would. Okay. Voodoo's okay. But I have found if you guys are ever in Portland or around Portland, go to Voodoo Donut, or not Voodoo Donuts. Go to Sesame Donuts. Sesame Donuts sponsor me. Oh my God. Sesame Donuts is amazing. They are the closest thing to Cub Donuts. I love Cub Donuts in Minnesota. I'm from Minnesota, so and I lived there most of my life. But they're the closest thing to Cub Donuts that you can get. And I am such a big fan of Cub Donuts. Oh my God. Can you get Jaden's PN for me? Except if you said PN, you might be referring to several things. I don't know. I live in perpetuity. Hey, there's Dad. Yes. Those bets that I was talking about, they cashed. And I bet on the Super Bowl too. I got Kenneth Walker MVP. So, and if you want to help me out, whatever it is, my referral code is in the whatever it's called, link in bio. Anyways, I'll talk to you about it. I am kind of waiting though, because I just in case somebody gets injured, they're gonna lower the prices. So I'm sort of kind of waiting, but I'll send you a picture, but don't get too hyped. Okay. My work gets cup donuts whenever they have sprint planning. Oh, cup donuts. This man's a damn eater. Those Amish donuts at the Minnesota State Fair are bomb. I don't think I've had the Amish donuts at the State Fair. Albeit I didn't really go to the State Fair too much. And when I did, I was very much focused on the milk, the milk stands, which I can't even have milk anymore. And the fries I liked, and mini donuts, and kind of like the really basic stuff. And of course, Sweet Martha's, but miss living up there. I'm in San Antonio, Texas. I've never been to Texas. Never been to Texas. The milk is good, but not when you're lactose intolerant. So I'd have to bring a whole bottle of dairy pills with me. Minnesota State Fair is too much, dude. Don't do it. There's better out there. I don't know. I mean, I like going to the State Fair, but it's always at the hottest time of the year in Minnesota. It's very humid. There's so many people, and you just have to wait in a lot of lines for food. For the best things and the most interesting things. Oh, and deep fried. I really started to like deep fried, like Milky Ways, deep fried Oreos. I really started to like that. I thought I was going to hate it, but I loved it. This butterfly need that too. I had my first day of community college today, and my teacher was from Minnesota. We bonded over the Loons and the Wolves. I'm not from Minnesota. Amazing. That's amazing. In LA, yeah, there's a lot of Minnesota people out west. Especially with Seattle. I've found so many. It's crazy. Cool. Anyways, turn it into just like a talking podcast for once. As I mentioned, hoodie giveaway in the Discord. Link right there. Make sure you get in there. I will be posting that here shortly. Actually, I will do it with you guys right here, right now. Okay. So make sure you're in that Discord. It's going to run for like 30 minutes, and then I will message you with what I need. So let's get this in here. Hoodie giveaway. I'm going to give you time to get in there. Make sure you like the stream. Make sure you subscribe to the stream. Make sure you click all my referral links. Make sure you buy Ashwin's game. Make sure you check out 4th Generation Flooring. All the things. Hoodie of your choice. How about it? Okay. Hoodie of your choice. 30 minutes, one winner. Bingo. Get in there. It's in the giveaways channel. I just tagged oops. Okay. I have to do another. I messed it up. Now you have to stay even longer so I can get more likes on the stream. I am sweating like crazy. I need to go outside and take my dog outside. I'm so hot. Hoodie. Also, I'm having some hats being delivered tomorrow. I'm very excited for that. Wolves After Dark hats. Very excited for that. Hoodie of your choice. Let's try this again. 30 minutes. Bada boom, bada bing. There we go. Hoodie giveaway is up. People are already entering. Oh boy. Let's get in there. Let's go. I'm sorry, but I'd rather buy your stuff and support you than win any, my dude. I already bought a cash shirt and got to save up for more merch. Indeed. I appreciate you. Oh gosh, seriously. I do appreciate it. And like I said, pretty much everything we make from this goes either to the bills that we pay to do streaming, which isn't a ton, but it is a little bit, because we have to pay for this service. We have to pay for a bunch of random little things that we do for social media and stuff like that. So, but I really do appreciate it. And then everything else after that pretty much goes right into giveaways. So that's the fun thing. I am trying to kind of bank some of our giveaways to have some more later in the year. I'd like, if we make the playoffs, I'd love to do some playoff tickets. If we could do some jersey giveaways, like I said, like if we get to 100, we're not going to get to 100, it looks like. But if we get to 100 likes, we would do some jersey giveaways. And we're always looking for sponsors too. So if anybody's looking to sponsor, let me know. Definitely interested in that. So tell Ashwin one of the levels of his game has to be a horse-sized duck as a thing. Yeah. It's a little bit more complex than that. Ashwin's game is like next level. It is next level for sure. It is a super fun game too. I'm not even like that much of a board game person, so it took me. It actually didn't take me that long to understand. Ashwin's a good teacher, so cheese curds. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't even say cheese curds. Cheese curds are the things that I'm focused on. That above anything else that I mentioned, cheese curds is what it is. So, anyways, cool. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. Giveaway in the Discord. I will be back Wednesday night, and then we'll be back for the rest of the season other than that Portland game. If you haven't already liked the stream, subscribe to the stream, follow us everywhere. Referral codes, all the stuff. I don't know. Tell Io DeSumo about me. 52 wins, still possible. Intro as the outro. I will see you guys Wednesday night. Peace.
I believe that the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to win the World Championship.